Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we're talking about how to lock in so hard that the old you literally dies, and this is according to neuroscience and psychology. So the number one thing we want to do is to start to hijack our brain's prediction mechanism. Every time we repeat the same pattern, we do the same habit over and over again, we live the same day, what's happening is we are reinforcing these neural networks. So your brain is constantly forecasting outcomes based on your past and current behavior. So when we actually do something different and we go against our usual pattern or habit, neuroplasticity is occurring. Research from the University College of London shows that when we consistently fail our predictions, meaning we're simply choosing a different behavior, a different pattern, our brain is physically going to rewire. So in simple words, every day do something that's going to shock your brain, something that your brain cannot predict. Second of all, we want to leverage implementation intentions in order to bypass our willpower. For example, if you say, I'm going to wake up at 5 a.m. and go to the gym, how many of us have said that and we don't actually end up doing it because it's not natural for us, it's difficult, there is a lot of resistance there. And Stanford research shows that if we implement if-them intentions, we bypass resistance by 300%. So you would say, okay, if it is 5 a.m., I will immediately put on my workout clothes. If it is 7 p.m., I will immediately turn my red lights on and get ready to go to bed. If-then statements will eventually turn into reflexes. It bypasses motivation and it helps you to rewire your brain. Number 3, we need to manipulate our dopamine reward system. Doing new things is difficult. It's literally going against how we feel. Our brain doesn't want to do new things because it's deemed unsafe to us. FYI, our willpower decreases throughout the day. So you should always do your hard things at the beginning of the day. Now, whenever you do something hard, you immediately want to reward yourself or even say out loud, I'm so proud of myself for doing this. We can actually retrain the way we get dopamine instead of getting it from scrolling reels, getting validation from random people on the internet. If you're actually rewarding yourself, delaying gratification, celebrating effort, you're rewiring your brain to get dopamine in a new way. So simply by calling out what you have done and rewarding yourself, you are tagging this behavior as something that your brain is going to like to do because it is rewarding. Within 2 to 3 weeks of doing this, your brain is going to want to do more of these things instead of getting cheap dopamine. Number 4, we need to change our environment. Our hippocampus creates associative memories between our space and our behavior. So if you want to be someone who works out more, but your environment is filled with objects that want you to be lazy or preventing you from working out, or you have junk food strewn around, it's going to be even more difficult for you to create this change and to lock in on your new persona, who is somebody who works out. While if you were to remove these obstacles in your environment and also have all these reminders of who you are, like maybe you had fitness books, maybe you could see your gym clothes, you could see your workout bands, this will help you lock in this new identity. Number 5, our brain actually obsesses over anything that is unfinished, which is why situationships, people tend to take longer to get over them than actual relationships because it's something that never ended up being. And we can take advantage of this. So set a timer. Anything you don't want to do, set a timer for 5 minutes or 10 minutes and just start it. Once you've started it, your brain is going to want to finish it. And that's how we hack our brain, because if you don't, your brain will start to obsess over it. Take advantage of this. Number 6, you need to build through consistency, not necessarily intensity. It takes 66 days to form a new habit. So even if you're doing your new habit, going back to the workout example, for about 5-10 minutes per day, this is going to be more powerful than you just going to the gym one day randomly, doing a 3-hour workout and calling it a day. You are better off doing 10 minutes every single day and showing up. Because after 66 days, it's not a habit anymore. It's not something you have to try to do. It is just who you are. And I always say, you only need to push through for the first 66 days. You think you need discipline for the rest of your life? Eventually, it just becomes who you are if you can get past that 66-day mark. Number 7, speaking of improving yourself at least 1% every day, guys. If you have been putting off starting that new business, building your personal brand, or launching a new side hustle because you think the tech is overwhelming, let me introduce you to Hostinger. Here's the truth, when I first started building my own personal brands and a lot of the businesses I had when I was younger, a lot of the bottlenecks were that the tech is overwhelming and you don't realize how difficult it can be to do all the back end stuff, like figuring out website builders, domain, hosting, emails, and it's scattered across multiple platforms, which creates a list of things that you need to do and figure out, and that is preventing you from starting, and it's what prevented me from starting for a long time. And I was ready to give up a lot of projects because I didn't want to be a tech expert, and obviously going for your goals is actually quite challenging. As we've talked about many times, our brain doesn't want to do it. So if you add to the list of all these back-end tech stuff you have to do, it's just another obstacle in the way. And that's why Hostinger is amazing, because it's like an all-in-one spot for all of your needs to launch your brand or start a business. It's got your website, domain, email hosting, AI agents, everything you need all in one place. And the best part is that you can go from an idea to a live website in literally minutes. Not days, not hours, but minutes. So whether you're starting an online store, a blog, or building your personal brand, Hostinger is removing all the barriers to that to put everything in one place simply and easily, so that you can actually focus on building your dream and not getting stuck on all these other things that are obstructing you. And the price actually makes sense. It's completely affordable, and you're getting top tier performance without the heavy price tag, which usually comes with platforms like these. From a neuroscience perspective, you need to remove friction. We need to make faster decisions. Hostinger is something that's going to get you to your dreams a lot faster. Don't let those New Year resolutions go to waste. So if you are ready to achieve your New Year's resolutions, guys, and finally start that business, go use my link to Hostinger right here. So if you didn't notice, this point was all about removing obstacles. It's going to be a lot easier for you to achieve your goals if you remove all the obstacles in your environment and figure out the bottlenecks, because especially in this day and age, you need to execute faster. It is better to release something that is imperfect and work on it along the way than waiting till something is perfect, because your competitor has literally launched an imperfect product and is doing better than you because they actually got to market faster and they've already got feedback while you're just trying to perfect it. Number 8, stress is usually seen as a bad thing. However, we can use it to our advantage by rewiring how we perceive stress. If you feel stress, instead of associating it with something negative, oh my God, my body is deteriorating, I feel really bad, this task is really hard, mainly that this task is really hard, that is what is creating cortisol, say to yourself, this stress is preparing my body to perform. Your amygdala is actually going to downregulate this threat, and your cardiovascular system is going to change in order to adapt to it. So the old you then feared discomfort while the new you is thriving in it. And this has been backed by Stanford researchers. Next, we can use the Hawthorne effect and use social accountability in order for you to achieve your goals, which means post your progress online and find accountability groups, tell a friend, make your goals public, because your brain's reputation management system is going to drive you towards these behaviors to fulfill your goals even more. Because social pain activates the same neural pathways as physical pain. Number 10, we need to utilize our reticular activating system to only focus on the positive things. Our brain is more naturally wired to focus on the negatives, to focus on everything going wrong. So if you can focus on everything going right, your brain is going to filter out the things that are going wrong. It will also make you happier. Additionally, if you were to write out your identity statements every single day, I am the type of person who does this and that, whatever, and you can repeat it, your brain will start to filter out information that is not aligned with who you are. Your brain is going to delete the old you and only see evidence in your reality of the new you. Guys, I hope you like this video. This is a foolproof way to literally keyword the old you and step into the new year as the person you have always wanted to be. I will see you next time. Ich liebe dich. Tschüss.